Welcome on in, folks. Thanks for tuning in to another home improvement video. This will be the last one that will be a voiceover. This was already filmed before I discovered my technical difficulties with the mic and the camera. That is a problem that has been solved, so you shouldn't have to deal with this in the future. Here I'm just kind of explaining the game plan, introducing my friend Joe. I've talked about him in other videos. He came up from 3 hours away to spend a day helping us out, which we truly appreciated. Expecting the carpet to be filthy, we did plan to use protective gear, gloves, and respirators, and here is evidence that this was a wise choice. We found stains like this throughout the house. And as I was filming this, Joe squeaked at another discovery, and you can see on the carpet he's rolling up here that other terrible stain. At this point, after we got the two front rooms done, we decided it would be wise to remove the doors. And that's definitely the way to go. If you're removing carpet, take the doors off. You don't have to work around them. It's way easier. We had all the carpet removed from the upstairs in just under an hour. We really made pretty quick work of it. All in all, the padding didn't look terrible, but when we got underneath it, we saw just how gross things really were. At this point, my buddy Joe had started working on the stairs. Stairs are a little tougher because they are stapled in, and you can see evidence of all the dog hair on these stairs. The other thing they had done, similar to the front door, when they put the carpet on the stairs, they put it just right on top of the linoleum that already existed, which caused the door to drag on the carpet. So when we got that out, the back door started operating so much better. Here's the downstairs room. We did find some mold. This was hidden during our walkthrough behind a bookshelf or something. We don't think it's a serious problem as far as ongoing. Obviously, we need to take care of it. We'll put some Kills paint or something on it. 2 spots. That one was the worst. This one, not too bad. We are going to carpet about 3/4 of that room. This is the other one that we pulled up. This room we have decided will become my hobby room, not the little nook that I showed you in the inside tour video. So this is where I'm going to have probably my leather work and my gunsmithing station for the time being. Here's more evidence of kind of the dog hair. Those are not cobwebs, that is dog hair that is matted throughout the house. We found this all over. Here's our pile of carpet, all the carpet that was in the house. We just piled it on the front lawn. And that was carpet from the downstairs. So was this other one. And look at this nasty stain. I don't know if that's water or animal urine. But either way, it was pretty gross. So at this point, it was about 1 o'clock. We started about 11. And I thought I had a floor scraper at my in-laws. And so we decided to go get some lunch and try to find the scraper. We did not. Ended up stopping at my wife's Ace and picking up this scraper. We started pulling out the padding and found this hardwood underneath, which was a huge relief. We were planning to do hardwood in this front room, and since hardwood is already there, this saved us quite a bit of money. We will need to sand it and refinish it a little bit, but a little elbow grease is way better than a whole new floor, in my opinion. So we were thrilled at this find. And the dining room was just as pretty. You can see that there. And ultimately, we were going to recarpet the dining room, but when we saw the hardwood underneath, we decided to stay with the hardwood and just use an area rug. Here's taking the pad out of the downstairs room, which is just glued down. And so we could get this to the dump in time, we had to get it loaded up. So here's me and Joe piling it onto my trailer. We ended up with 600 pounds. We weighed in at 7,200. We left at 6,600. That was carpet and padding. So here's my wife giving you a tour now. Here's our front room. We are just in love with this flooring. We are so relieved that it is there. Here is the dining room. Take a look at all that dirt there. You'll see a big difference when I give you a tour in a few moments after my wife had vacuumed up a little bit. That is all dirt that was under the carpet. Clearly a high traffic area. But yeah, really pretty. Now somebody seemingly tried to sand this bedroom floor and eventually gave up. The bedrooms and the hallways are probably the same wood, but are definitely a different color, stained or something. And that doesn't really matter because we are still going to carpet the bedrooms and the hallway. So here's a better example of what the bedroom floors kind of looked like. Now we'll show you the downstairs. Look at all the dirt on the stairs. Absolutely nasty. My wife really likes the wood stairs, but I think I'm going to replace them with some real wood stair treads, which will just dress this up quite a bit. And that's a fairly easy project to do. So here's the basement, first downstairs room. This is going to be somewhat of a recreational room. And like I said, we'll get that mold cleaned up. And here's the other room, minus the carpet. I've got some anti-fatigue mat that I'm going to put down in this room. So we're not going to carpet this one, but it will work just fine. While we were off at the dump, she started cleaning, as you can see, taking the shop vac around. I don't know what that little piece was. I found it on the floor, but you just saw it disappear forever. So we came back from the dump. We're getting ready to tackle the tile at the front door. But you can see, I thought this was dirt right here, but that's actually a little stain. Refinish will solve that. You can see how much cleaner that is already. Here's an example of the kind of dirt that was in places. This is in the hallway in front of the bathroom. And then the stairs you saw were just as bad. So this tile needed to come out. We were expecting to have to do something with the wood underneath. But fortunately, whoever put this tile down did put it down correctly. they put down a piece of like fiberboard or cement board, I think is what it really is, and screwed that down and then put the tile on top of it. Now, it did cause the tile to be too high and have the door drag on it, which is why we felt we needed to remove it. But it also made the wood underneath safe, and you'll see that the wood underneath is totally salvageable. But everything really in good shape. Once I vacuumed it, it was consistent with the rest of the floor. You couldn't even see the outline. So once we sand the floor and refinish it, you won't be able to tell. Joe got started removing the tack strip in this front room and the dining room. And some of it came out altogether and some of it left the nails behind. So with my cat's claw right here, I went along behind him and pulled out any remaining nails. We do have some holes that we will have to fill with some wood putty. And then if needed, we'll stain those holes so that they match. So that got all the carpet out of the house. We've got arrangements for new carpet to come in. I'll show you the freshened up look when we get to that point. The next video you'll see will be me framing in that doorway between the bedroom and the front room. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.